Hello friends, Iceberg with Dillon Brothers Harley-Davidson, and today I am beyond excited to bring you this 1963 FLH Panhead. Being a motorcycle enthusiast and getting the honor and privilege to work at a motorcycle dealership, I try to absorb as much knowledge about motorcycles as I can, and definitely the old school Harleys like this. The Panhead originally came out in 1948 and it ran through 1965. As I said, this is going to be a 1963 on this one. So you had two versions of the engine on the Panhead. You had the 61 cubic inch and then you had the 74 cubic inch. This is going to be the 74 cubic inch Panhead. It's going to have a 4-speed transmission. It is a chain-driven motorcycle. This 1963 is a 5-year build bike by the owner. The owner is a good friend of mine, and I will put it out there right now that per his request, I am not going to fire this motorcycle up in this video. He asked me not to kick it over, so out of respect and the fact that he can kick the crap out of me, I am going to honor that wish and not fire this bike up. But he does have video of this motorcycle running that for any serious buyer, we can go ahead and send that video off to you so you can hear this machine running on it. The engine has had a full rebuild. The transmission has had a full rebuild. You have the S&S Super B carb on here. Everything just top notch on the rebuild. Very strong running Panhead. Speaking of rebuilds and new parts on this motorcycle, you have the 16-inch Shenko tires on here. These are brand new rubber on this motorcycle, and they have that super vintage look to them. I'm a huge fan of what Shenko has done to these tires, and just as you can see on this motorcycle, it just completely matches the attitude. Moving up from that, the seat is a one-off custom seat done by Exotic Customs. I believe Jen at Exotic Customs did this seat. It is just a beautiful piece on here. Very nice leather. You have that tan stripe running the length through it, and then the nice stitching in there as well. It is a 2-up seat, even though this is not necessarily a 2-up motorcycle, but it is an extremely comfortable seat on this bike. Brakes on this motorcycle have also all been redone. You obviously have the drum brakes on here, being a 63 FLH. Stops really nice and well. I love moving up from the brakes and from the tires, these pulled back buckhorn style handlebars. Very cool on this machine. Just gives it, once again, adding to all that retro flavor and touch to it. This is a kickstart only on this bike. There is no electric start on here. There's no turn signal toggles on here. All you just have is your 2 brake and clutch cables running down the handlebars, so it keeps it very nice and clean up there as well. You do have the one side mirror, just a very nice small side mirror, so you can see what's going on behind you and also obey Nebraska laws, if you will. Let's move to the gas tank on here, where you have the dual-sided gas tank, so you do fill up both sides on this gas tank. You have that amazing, just down to the metal with that patina running through it. You do also have some flame pinstriping running along the tank, and then you have those prominent old-school badges running down the side on here, just tying everything together on this motorcycle. I love the patina look on here. You don't want this thing to just be gleaming and sparkly. This bike should look old school because it is old school. And speaking of which, you move down to that kicker where you've just got that awesome kickstart on there. Such a fan of the kickstarts. I wish I was a little bit more versed and knowledgeable on starting kickstart motorcycles. Sadly, I'm of that age of where pretty much everything was a push start, except maybe for my 1982 Kawasaki, but that's not trying to kick over a 1963 Panhead. Another piece on this bike that I am an enormous fan of is that huge standout in the crowd headlight that's on there. You have that nice orange old school flavor headlight sitting there. Just love the way it looks on that beefy style front end, and then when you add that nice Shenko thick tire down there, just completes the whole attitude of the front of the motorcycle. And yes, one of the most important things about this 1963 FLH, all numbers match. Frame, engine, and title are all legit. All numbers are matching on this motorcycle. As I said, we have this at Dillon Brothers Harley-Davidson. This is actually owned by Joe, our parts guy. And if you are local and are interested in this motorcycle, you definitely should stop up and talk to Joe. He can definitely tell you a lot more intricate things about it than I could myself. And if you are watching this on YouTube and are out of state and are interested in this motorcycle, I will put links in the description below for a phone number. You can call the store, you can ask for Joe. He will be happy to talk to you about this motorcycle, and for an average cost of around $600, we can ship a bike like this from our door to your door. And as always, from the entire Dillon Brothers Harley-Davidson family, thank you so much for checking out our videos, and always remember, gear up, ride safe. Thanks a lot.